Ford said, so here's my pre-30th birthday special barbershop update of 2025. And this one? This one came with consequences. It was calm, chill, and full of good chat as always, but let me be brutally honest, I spent the entire time fighting a silent, sweaty war against my own bladder. And spoiler alert, I lost. See, I thought I could power through. I had a large iced coffee on the way over and told myself I'd be in and out in 30 minutes, tops. What could go wrong? Everything. Everything went wrong. The first convo kicked off with this guy Lee, I think that was his name, talking about his kid-free resort holiday. I actually went to this 5-star hotel resort, no kids staying there, it was amazing, he said, while my bladder was sending out distress flares. T chimed in, that's the best kind of holiday, pure peace and quiet. I was nodding, legs crossed tighter than a yoga pretzel, trying to look normal while every cell in my body was screaming. Pam was like, you went to stay at a hotel without the kids, and Lee was going on about how peaceful it was, while I was mentally trying to calculate whether I could get away with using the sink out back. Then Pam started ranting about English tourists and I jumped in with, you mean the party all night types? Except my voice cracked like I'd just hit puberty again because I was clenching every muscle below the waist like I was holding in the tides of the Atlantic. Then Lee starts showing us pictures of his holiday and tells the story about a boat ride where his mate had to put on a life jacket and started shitting himself. We all burst out laughing and I nearly joined him, but from the front. I had to physically grab the armrests of the chair and close my eyes to stop the leak. I chuckled, the whole point of a life preserver is safety, but your boy still panicked. Meanwhile, I was sweating like a kettle on boil. Then he showed another pic from a midnight tennis session where he was flexing like he was in a Sports Direct ad. I just started flexing for the camera, had to get that pose in, he said. Pam was like, let's see, and I chirped, biggest flex of the night, but in my head I was thinking, the biggest flex right now is my bladder's muscle group still holding strong, barely. Next convo, I asked Pam about a new gold chrome trimmer honestly, just to distract myself from the pain. She tells me it's new, explains they got burgled back in March, and I'm trying to look shocked but mostly I'm wondering if I can discreetly wet myself and style it out as sweat. She says they only stole cash and expensive scissors, and I said, barber shop heist? Man, that's low-tier Grand Theft Auto DLC. I nearly laughed, but if I did, it was over. I could feel it. At one point, I even timed my leg movements so I could adjust my seat without drawing attention to how tightly I was pinching my thighs together. Then we chatted about Andre and Roy not being there, and I was like, I'll be long gone in 10 minutes, praying that was true. It wasn't. Time slowed to a crawl. Every second became a new stage of bladder-based torture. Pam mentioned how they were working till 7 p.m. the day before and all I could think was, I am going to die in this chair. Final conversation, my 30th birthday. Pam asks, what are you doing after this, and I say, with the last of my composure, probably just chilling, got my 30th coming up in 3 days. She gives me a big happy early birthday, and I genuinely almost cried, not because it was sweet, but because I was so close to relief. So close. Then, it happened. As Pam gave me the final mirror spin and asked happy with the cut, I stood up, and my body went nope. Like a power grid failing, my willpower just blinked out. And I felt it. A sudden warmth. A terrifying silence. A slow trickle, turning into a catastrophic flood. It started dripping down my leg and that was it. Everyone went dead quiet. Pam's face froze. T looked over like I'd just confessed to murder. Lee backed away like I was radioactive. Pam was like, mate, did you seriously just piss yourself? And I panicked, arms raised, blurted out, I didn't mean to. I had a large iced coffee and I was trying to power through. T cut in, bro. That's foul. You could have just asked to use the loo, man. Lee muttered, "That's fucking grim," and took a step back like the floor was lava. I offered to clean it up. I apologized 100 times. I even tried to joke happy 30th to me, I guess. But nobody was laughing. Not this time. Pam just handed me a tissue like she was defusing a bomb. "Please go. And maybe sort yourself out before you come back next time." I left the shop in utter silence, walking like a dog that had been caught chewing furniture. So yeah. That was my pre-30th birthday barbershop visit. Full of laughs, stories, and a moment of personal collapse so devastating it may have spiritually aged me into my 40s on the spot. Moral of the story? Don't test your bladder's limits during a barbershop session. Especially not while wearing gray joggers. I may not be allowed back for a while. Or ever. Grimacing face sweat droplets.